Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to this community showdown. It's going to be Bioshift on the Necrons facing off against Aspect on the Eldar, and these are the two finalists actually from our recent tournament we had for Dawn of War, which was quite a bit of fun. And don't worry folks, we'll be having more tournaments coming up soon. I got one planned in the next week. Details coming very, very soon. So, as far as the builds go, Eldar are going to be coming in, dropping the Aspect portal. Most likely going to be a combination of the Banshees as well as the Dark Reapers. Obviously, very, very strong combo. Able to put some pressure on the Necrons early, take advantage of their lack of mobility. And for the Necrons, this is going to be Bioshift. He was the Orcish champion who got second place in the event. It's going to be the quad plasma generator opening. And from here, a little bit of a sweaty Scarab harass. So this is a really funny tactic. You basically use the Builder Scarab. Like, these guys will finish capturing this, right? If the Scarab is close enough nearby, they can, like, instantly decap it before you can get a listening post going. It is really, really annoying. So you need to have your Builder on, like, quick draw right there, ready to drop it like it's hot. And make sure they can't do that. So you can see they're waiting. They're just trundling in the shadows. And man, look at the timing on that. Perfection, right? He like knows exactly when he's going to be getting it, and his opponent does get the build before the decap can go off. So there he goes. The sweat is flowing here in this game. Dark Reapers also coming in tandem with the Guardian squads. And over to the other side, all is pretty chill. Guardians just grabbing what they can, and we do see the Happy Feet obviously coming. So the Fleet of Foot research is here. Very, very good. And we've seen Aspect, right? He has no issues with that micro. There's a lot of people, myself included, when you play Eldar, it's like, it's so sweaty and you have to just be so on point with it. But if you're just really practiced and have great micro like this player does, you know, you can certainly get away with it. So for the Necrons, we do see the Lord coming out soon. So the Dark Lord of the Tomb Worlds has arrived, and the Scarabs giving the Necrons some agency on the map where they can go and intervene and poke a little bit is always fun. Happy Feet Pursuit, so maybe they'll be able to get something, you know, run ahead of them, turn and shoot. Exarch's going to be coming out and a little bit of damage, but nothing that they should not be able to escape from.
We are here to fulfill.
All right, folks. Guardians grabbing their points. Happy Feet Pursuit down here, getting a little bit of work done. And back in the base, we do see obelisks being built as the third generator is about to be finished, and the fourth one's going to be coming up soon. Scarabs coming from the south side, and in the middle, the little Scarabs are going to be gremlining around, just harassing, and this is great, right? It's like occupying the Eldar's attention and taxing them on micro, like, man, so what's not to love, right? So Happy Feet boys going to be pushing in. You should be able to be pushed back by a Necron Lord who could just like A-click on them, and yeah, they shouldn't be able to deal with him. So he's trying to pick off the Builder Scarabs, being really, really sweaty here, which is great, but the Necron Lord of Bioshift is going to be able to push him back. In the meantime, the Builder Scarabs going to be fleeing from the dreaded Howling Banshees and their katanas, their weave swords, so they're ready to go. And yeah, pretty good harass here, because you could just leave the Happy Feet on them. I'm pretty sure that Fleet of Foot only affects their range DPS, so it would mitigate their damage on their little pistols they have, but for the melee DPS, I think you leave it off. Yeah, so look at that. He turns it off just to get the ranged accuracy efficiency. Man, that is so good. And he's able to pick off the Scarabs there. In the meantime, obelisks being set up, the Necrons are establishing their empire, and there is going to be a plasma generator and a summoning core is going to be out. So that means flayed ones if you want to. Also, the disruption field to make the warriors very, very crunk nasty is quite good indeed. An Aspect going to be moving down here, taking down potentially another set of Builder Scarabs, but nope, they get away. Good micro there from Bioshift, only loses one. And the Obelisk is going to be the target here for Aspect, so he is going to be going after that. In the meantime, Warriors and Obelisk is being upgraded to a Fortified Obelisk, so it looks like he's very worried about an all-in and wants to make sure that he has some sort of a disruption effect to knock down and stagger the Eldar units. Guardians grabbing on the top side, going to be getting the Relic, and I think they have their Relic, but the Necrons do not have theirs. Granted, Necrons don't care as much about the income. That would come from having the capture points because of the generators. Very, very interesting system. I'm super curious to see how they're going to play in Dawn of War 4 compared to the other factions. Like, Necrons and Mechanicus are probably just going to have crazy different playstyles compared to the other factions. God, I really hope they don't fumble that game. Please be good. I mean, the demo was fun, but it's very limited, right? We didn't get to see multiplayer. Bouncing wasn't really shown. Because, like, you could get a really nicely polished game that looks great, but if the bouncing is just atrocious and, it's never addressed, then it's just not going to be fun for multiplayer. So I'm really, really hoping they can nail that. All right, folks, we do get the Necron Lord chasing here, and a Wraith coming out. So Wraiths are pretty good against Eldar. They have the phase shifting, so they can mitigate damage while they charge in or run away or whatever. And they can also be used to tie down these units. So pretty cool. I've been seeing Wraith play, and it's something that when I was playing Eldar, I didn't really dabble in the Wraiths because I was like, oh, it's an SE, it has low HP, I'm going to lose it. But obviously, when you see high-level play, these guys can really, really pull it off, right? So what's he going to be building here? Tier 2, the Awakened Monolith. So he's probably going to be going for a Destroyer timing. Just getting like 3 or 4 Destroyers really rolling in there. And for the Eldar, they are building the Mysticism. All Warlocks gain the Conceal ability. Okay. Embolden, and Entanglement. Excuse me, something got caught in my throat there. I'm too weak. But Dark Reaper's coming out. Upgrade for Mysticism, and we do see the tier 2 is here, so the Soul Shrine is activated, so the Eldar are going to be getting some tier 2 shenanigans soon as well. Going to be harassing in the middle, poking into the Builder Scarabs who are going for the critical point, and they tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it kind of mattered because they escaped. Down to the south, the Necron Warriors gathering up, and over to the east, we do see the Builder Scarabs grabbing the relics here where they can. All right, guys, the fight is on. Guardians grabbing what they can, but I feel a Royal Rumble coming on here relatively soon. Build here, Enhanced Optics equips all Eldar Infantry with Enhanced Optics War Gear, improves their ranged weapons accuracy, so just kind of a generalist ranged upgrade for the Eldar, so very essential, right, when you're spamming out Dark Reapers. And Webway Gates are being built to allow him to teleport around or hide units if he's under pressure, which is very fun. Guardians able to cut off the ambush here. Man, they do such pitiful damage, but they just can't even kill the Scarabs. But yeah, they're a tier 1 unit, that's their thing. Now, it looks like there's going to be a Wraith over there, just sending a single Wraith to go mitigate that threat is pretty nice. He's not been augmenting his warriors, by the way. He's been using all his resources to power out generators. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 generators. Wow, really going for that power spike there. But the Eldar, sitting pretty good on the map, as Necrons almost always give up the early map control. And then they push out. I mean, you can, of course, contest it with the Lord and whatnot, but you're not going to have the mobility nor the urgency to do it. I mean, you obviously want to keep your opponent from going crunk nasty on the map, but Happy Feet here is activated as they're running from the Wraith unit, and the Necron Lord going to be harrying back these Guardians right here. You can see the Wraith here potentially going to be going down to the Crossfire. Happy Feet turned off, and there is the ability. See that? So that makes it so they don't take damage, if I'm not mistaken. They phase out of existence, but then they can just kind of sit in your opponent's back line, wait for the Warriors to get up here and do some work. And now the Necron Warriors are going to be getting that Doom push going. Looks like they're moving up with 2 Wraiths. Very nice micro by both players. I got wrecked by Bioshift really bad on one of the previous streams. This player here, and I'm like, okay, it all makes sense now. It's all clicking here. Looking pretty damn good. All right, so Dark Reapers gathering up, Howling Banshees coming, and the Eldar have a pretty good tier 1 army. With Howling Banshees, they probably have the masks, which of course are going to upgrade them and make them much more efficient, and they can get into combat and definitely put some big hurt down on Necron Warriors. Although Necron Warriors are good fighters too. It's not like a super one-sided fight, but if the Banshees do have their upgrades, it can be a little bit wild. Okay, Call of War. Yeah, the Call of War there. That's what it is. All right, increases the... So I had the wrong name, but that's what I was referring to for the Howling Banshee upgrade. No Forbidden Archive yet. Greater Summoning Core is going to be coming out soon. And yeah, I would imagine before the mainline fighting takes place, we will see a Forbidden Archive, probably to get the Solar Flare to block the shooting from the Happy Feet boys in the back. There's a lot of Banshees in this army. You've got a big Banshee army, some Guardians, and look at that. The Wraiths being used. Oh, that's so smooth. Smooth criminal, man. He gets in there, he decaps this, and then he just runs away, takes no damage because of the phase out. That's really clutch. High level play there, man. He's got 3 or 4 Wraiths moving up, double Warriors, and 1 Wraith per range unit. Going to be pretty good. I'm curious to see how the micro is going to play out here as he does start getting Last Samurai a little bit. Wraiths do move in, and you see all you need is 1 Wraith to tie down a shooting unit. So that's really good. So 1 Wraith for every 1, but the Howling Banshee is really good peeling. They're peeling for their DPS in the back. The other Banshee here, or other Wraith, potentially going to be Karate Chop. But we do see the Howling Banshees getting the business. The Warriors moving in. Now the Wraith is going to be moving on up, and a nice little phase shift right there. Look at it, just tanking all that damage. Beautiful. Wraiths coming in numbers, and the Necron Lord's going to be pushing as well. Back in the Necron base, let's take a look and see. So it is going to be Destroyer spam. Okay. So the Destroyers are going to be really good against this army. We do not see the Fire Dragons even... I mean, why would you? You're just facing off against Wraiths and Warriors right now. Sweaty micro on both sides, so Wraiths are being sent after individual gunline units. The Necron Lord also being used as a distraction. And the Warriors are good enough fighters, especially with the Disruption Field upgrades, that they're able to beat the Howling Banshees with a 2-on-1 there. So they do get it done, and it looks like the Eldar are going to be on the back foot, which is not something we say terribly often in our replays. Usually they're very dominant, especially with aspect games. But the Farseer is going to be on his way down, and probably going to drop Mind Wars as well as a little bit of Force Palpatine Lightning on these bad boys. And you can see the Wraiths are still causing disruption, and it is such a micro tax. I mean, he's responding to it well, and he's able to pick off a lot of the Wraiths, but now the second threat's going to be coming in. We are going to be seeing the Destroyers move up. Destroyers, of course, will be able to pop lock and drop it, get in there, and are very good against infantry and heavy infantry. So they move in, morale broken for the Howling Banshees. Destroyers do hit very hard, and you can see they're able to pick off the models reasonably quickly, which is, for Eldar, pretty taxing. Necron Lord being pulled back. Howling Banshees could hide on the webway if they need to, but the scary thing here is, are we going to be seeing the Fire Dragons? I think he's having to spend so much of his economy to replenish and keep the Dark Reapers active that he's not going to have the Fire Dragons out. Okay, he does have the Fire Dragon aspect being added on. There's one Destroyer here, still a hell of a lot of Warriors. That Destroyer is just farming those Howling Banshees. And we are going to be seeing more Wraiths and more Destroyers on the way in for Bioshift, which are going to be very, very strong. On the backside, Plasma Generator being built. The Wraith super cost effectively tying down those Dark Reapers right there. Meanwhile, the Warriors are just getting that onslaught going, man. Really going full tilt here. As we see the Destroyers chasing down the Howling Banshees, killing a lot of models. Wraith going invisible mode. So freaking clutch, by the way. And you can see the Eldar are losing listening posts, or at least, no, they actually kept that one online. But this one's going to be going down here. So now the economic aspect of this is really going to start popping off. So Fire Dragon's getting a Fire Dragon X-Arc here. Getting a nice volley into that Destroyer. The Destroyers can micro away from this if they want to, but it looks like, yeah, they're going to be fleeing down the south side. Warriors just melting generators, destroying some of the listening posts here. We do see the Bone Singers coming over to try and repair that, but they're probably just going to get mowed down themselves. Cool little knockback animation as the third of the Destroyers is going to be out to party. We do see Aspect moving in with the Dark Reapers, as well as the Howling Banshees with the Happy Feet, so they do get on top of these bad boys. But man, the Wraith play has been so freaking good this game. I'm really taking notes because it's something that I really forsake in these games. You know, I'll often go for flayed ones and just be like, oh, they're just getting kited and I'm losing. But using the Wraiths was really, really just quite massive. So the fight is on. Fire Dragons might be able to pick off a couple of these Destroyers. We're going to see. Granted, the Necron Warriors are quite numerous. I don't know where the Lord went. He's off in La La Land somewhere, but he might have gotten karate chopped. I think he probably got kited there. Wraith going to be chasing down the Fire Dragons, which is going to allow the Destroyers to basically just feast. If the Fire Dragons are tied up in melee, the Destroyers are going to continue, and you can see they're really, being true to their name as they do destroy a lot of units. Absolutely melting these bad boys. Dark Reaper's back online, but another Wraith's going to go after them. This game is so sweaty, oh my god. Wraith chasing here, Destroyers continuing to shoot. Really nice Happy Feet micro, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and he's probably not even going to get one of those bad boys. Probably going to be a GG called here relatively soon as you see another Destroyer, 2 more Wraiths coming in. And the Warriors are just sustainable enough. They're just going to be able to, replenish. So just spamming out the Wraiths to tie down shooting in tandem with the Destroyers to actually do the damage and chase them is going to be the way. So GG, well played. That is for sure going to be it. What an awesome game. Really, really great display of skill on both sides. They do have another replay they sent me. They played like a little series. So there will be a rematch of this between these two guys in the same matchup coming up sometime in the next week. But what a beautiful game this was. Really, really nice. Cool to see the Wraiths. A bit of micro, but some good timings with the phase out of reality thing. He was able to keep a lot of them alive and keep the pressure on, and then the Destroyer timing to come in and finish the job. All right, folks, hopefully you enjoyed that one. I sure did. Learned a lot from that, and well played to Bioshift and Aspect. They're both great players, but also really great sports as well, and that's the big thing. They're awesome, they're very welcoming, and certainly happy to help out us newbies. All right, folks, catch you later. We'll see you on the other side, and take care of yourselves.